members side. So I was just trying to get things kind of clarified, sorted, and whatnot. But we are here now. So let me... Edward. Heartbreaking. But it has tidied the stream up, so that's good. But yes, we are live. We've got Evolve coming up. I actually don't know what's on the show. I have no idea what is on the show this week. I've not seen a preview. I don't even remember seeing anything yesterday during NXT. Normally on NXT, we get a little bit of a kind of glimpse as to what we are going to be doing. And obviously, we've just had a couple of really big weeks. We've just crowned the women's champion. We've just crowned the men's champion. I've got a feeling that Natalia could be around. So I've got a feeling Natalia is around. So she is probably going to make her presence felt. We keep waiting for Natty to really appear. We're waiting for Natalia to really kind of show that side of herself that we've been waiting for. The side of her that's popped up in NWA and the side of her that popped up in Bloodsport. That kind of darker, moodier side. I'm really waiting for that. So, yeah, I'm hoping we get a glimpse of that this week. Not only that, I can't remember. I feel like there should be... like, you know, a Luca Crusifino type match. I'm sure there's something like that that's set up. But, yeah, I've not seen any preview. Obviously, you don't get anything on WWE.com. And I don't remember seeing anything yesterday. They've advertised 3 guys matches, but no women's matches, says I Am Famous. Okay. Where have they advertised those, buds? Because I'll jump over and have a look and see what it says. I don't think there is an Evolve Twitter account, is there? That'd be good if there was, where they could just kind of put out like the matches or whatever, but I don't think there's one. I don't remember ever seeing one. And I don't think they'll put anything on WWE because, to be honest, Evolve's a little bit too small. They've got some NXT stuff on there. All new Evolve tonight, streaming on Tubi and YouTube internationally, it says. Well, I don't know if that's just an old message. Let's have a look at this. What's this? It is time. Okay, so they're just showing last week Jackson Drake winning the title. Well, that was pointless. Will Marcus Mathers capture his opportunity? Yes, I do remember seeing him. They showed a video package, didn't they, of Marcus Mathers. Haven't seen much of him before, but they seem to be really building him up. Jordan Oasis is around as well. Okay, well, Mathers should be on the show. I do remember seeing a video package for him last week. I did really good entrance for myself. Nick, shout out to you. Nightmare said, ask not what I can do for you, but what you can do for me. JFK, I think, says Nightmare. There is no stream on YouTube for it, says I wouldn't expect one, honestly. I wouldn't expect one. Just looking at WWE's Twitter account, they said Tubi and YouTube internationally streaming, and I bet it's just an old message. I bet that's just kind of copy and pasted from a previous week, you know. Because they were doing that for a few weeks, and then, of course, they stopped, didn't they? So I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you are international and you want to watch Evolve, I would really recommend getting a VPN and signing up to Tubi, which, honestly, I haven't watched anything else on. Every Wednesday I sit here, I put Tubi on and I go, oh, that actually, I could watch that. That looks quite good. And then I just never go back to it. So I'll probably do the same this week as well. Edward said, Daze, the best thing to watch to help the knowledge for Faction Gamer for me would be Wrestle with Andy videos. Oh, yeah, he's brilliant. Wrestle with Andy's content is fantastic. I mean, we're really fortunate that he's in our community, to be honest, because he's, he's a fountain of knowledge. He's got a fantastic channel. He's been a friend of the channel for a long time. I mean, me and Andy did a figure type video together. I want to say 8 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that, which is on the channel. Me and Andy doing a video together. And I mean, Andy, I mean, working hard, persevering. If I think about, there's a couple of names that come to mind, right? I'm sure you've got your favorite content creators, and I'm sure that there's loads of examples. But if I think about putting that work in, grinding away, I think of Andy and I think of Dave in real life. Dave working hard. I mean, if you look at the amount of videos he's done, streams that he does, he works hard, he puts the effort in. And I really hope, that he continues to see the success that he's getting, because, if you put that work in, you deserve the results. And, Dave used to be a big part of our community, not so much anymore because he's got his own channel now. But he still pops in and he still leaves comments and everything. And I love to see his success. So I always think about him and the work that he puts in. And Andy, honestly. Andy used to do video after video after video and not get the best results, honestly. I mean, he used to do some amazing videos on really interesting subjects. And he would get 5,000 views, 6,000 views, something like that, right? And then all of a sudden he kind of changed his thumbnail style, where the yellow and black, and started doing more kind of documentary type videos and started getting some big results, hundreds of thousands of views. And so he really tapped into some, and obviously he's just been able to kind of ride that, and his channel's been a great success. So, but that did not just come from nowhere. It wasn't like he just started and hit the ground running. So it's a bit of a lesson, really, about how if at first you don't succeed, try again. It's I always think of this image. I mean, I don't really do much with crypto, but there's this image of a miner. I've told this story before. It's like a meme, and it's this guy that's mining right underground, an image, and he's actually given up. He's dug and dug and dug, and he's dug this long tunnel, and he gives up, and he's actually walking away. And he's literally just got to dig a bit more, and there's this cave that's full of jewels, and it's all it's all the gold and everything he's been looking for is literally just a few more away, And so it's one of those of kind of don't give up. You don't know how close you are to success. It's one of those kind of motivational type memes. And I always mentally think about that. And it's a good meme. It really is. Sometimes if you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere, or you feel like giving up, I sometimes think about that guy, it's just a cartoon, just animated thing of a guy digging, and he's done all this work. He's gone all the way across the screen and he's so close. But actually he's turned around now and he's walking away and his head's down. And he's so close to reaching this cave that's full of jewels and everything. And sometimes think about that. So, yeah, there's, some brilliant content creators out there, and people that do fantastic work, and people that put in that grind. And I'm a big believer that if you do the work, you should get the results. If you do the work, you deserve the results. And hard work pays, all that stuff. And unfortunately, that is just not true all the time. There's lots of people out there that do lots of work and don't get the result. It's because the work they're doing doesn't have mass appeal. It doesn't really grab people's attention, or there's something just a little bit off with it that needs tweaking. Sometimes it might just be the thumbnail isn't quite right. The thumbnail looks a bit too simple. It needs to be a bit more dynamic. If they would just spend a bit of time working on their thumbnail game, they might make a bit more progress. Same with me. Honestly, maybe Unseen would do better if my thumbnail game was better. The truth is, my thumbnails are quite basic, really. They're not very exciting. I tend to take a couple of things from the video, put some text on top with the unseen banner at the bottom, and that's about it, isn't it, really? But maybe if my thumbnail game was a bit more exciting, it would result in some more views for unseen. But I mean, the way I look at unseen is it just kind of complements the channel. It's not the channel. The channel is the streams. So really, unseen is just a little bonus ball. It's just a little extra. It's just a little, thing that we do to kind of, if people can't join us for streams, we can still hopefully reach some people thanks to that video series. So, yeah, I agree with you. Bottom line, I agree. Big Time said, Daze, NXT did 7-2-6. It's the highest since March 25th. Ethan versus Sean Legacy opened at 6-7-4. Oba versus Jasper got 8-4-7. There's lots of interest. Well, it's just in a great place, isn't it? NXT's in a great place. I think having a championship match probably helped, but considering it was against, someone that we don't really know. Although, I don't know, did they tap into some of those LFG viewers? Perhaps some of those people that followed Jasper Troy's career on LFG followed him over to that championship match on NXT. Perhaps the Mr. Iguana thing grabbed attention and helped. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to put your finger as to what made people tune in. Was it Mariah May last week? And her being on the show this week and people were interested to see what she was going to do. Perhaps it was all the above. Perhaps there was a little bit of Mr. Iguana kind of love. And, there was rumours he was going to be on NXT. Perhaps it was that there were some championship matches, Jasper Troy, LFG, that helped. Mariah May, I'd imagine, was a big help. NXT crowd is always going to be about 600,000 anyway. Even if you didn't have that, you'd probably be about 650. But I wonder if it was a bit of all of those things. It's kind of hard, isn't it, really, to put your finger down as to what exactly it was. Maybe all of the above. But it shows, doesn't it? It shows why we don't have all of the stuff it shows all the stuff coming together. It shows that, how many different things we've got now. We've got Trick Williams being TNA champion. We got Jasper Troy in from LFG. We got Sean Legacy from Evolve. We've got Mr. Iguana from AAA and the AAA people. You can see all the things feeding into NXT. It's a glimpse of the future, but it's a glimpse of now. This is where we are now. Think about NXT just a couple of years ago. It didn't have Evolve feeding into it. It didn't have TNA feeding into it. It didn't have AAA feeding into it. It didn't have LFG feeding into it. And now all of a sudden it had main roster, and it's still got main roster, but it's got all these other avenues now feeding into NXT. Edward said, Daze, why doesn't Wrestle with Andy use his own voice? I get it, but it would be nice to have his own voice. He's a nice guy, though he is Scottish. Well, I mean, you'd have to ask him, but honestly, I think it's one of those where his voice and his accent probably makes it just a little challenging for some people to understand crystal clear what he's saying, I mean, it's not that you can't understand. I can understand because I'm English and I'm British and I can understand. But it's a bit like the Liverpool accent. That can be a little, in just the odd place, challenging to pick up on every word. Sometimes it depends how thick your accent is. And obviously, if you're doing voiceover work, you're going to try and be as clear as you possibly can. And, I can't speak for him, but he might have just found that historically that has been, a bit of a barrier. I mean, his views went up kind of when he did change over with a new voiceover person. It's just about professionalism, isn't it? It's a bit like you could do commentary yourself if you started your own wrestling promotion, and I'm sure you could do a good job, or you could go and get a commentator that's actually got experience. Actually, that's what they do. And I believe that's what he did. He did it himself, but again, to improve the kind of quality of the video, the sound of it, actually go and get a proper voiceover person, someone that does that for a living. So, yeah, I can't massively speak for him, but I'd imagine it's probably the answers in there amongst all those things. Guys, what is your old school wrestling knowledge like? What was The Undertaker called after he was Texas Reds, says Nick the Train Guy. So Nick testing people's knowledge. Trini said, has anyone seen the dislike ratio on the WrestleMania 42 Vegas video? People are hilarious and mean. Well, I could imagine that New Orleans is not pleased about it, to be honest. So I'd imagine New Orleans have probably had their say. I honestly don't mind it in Vegas. I might be, we speak a lot about that feeling. And we kind of went into detail about it the other day about how if you enter the bubble that is WrestleMania, you kind of want to live in that bubble for a few days. Like, if I went to WrestleMania, I would not want to just go to the show. I wouldn't want a ticket to just go to WrestleMania, watch the show, and then get in a car and go again. I think you're missing out on WrestleMania, actually, if you do that. Well, you're catching the main part of it, but you're not getting all of it. If someone gave you a ticket and said, I'll drive you there, drop you at the door, as soon as the show's over, I'll pick you up, we'll go. Think of everything you're missing out on. You're missing out on Raw, SmackDown, Stand and Deliver. You're missing out on walking the streets and seeing all the shirts. You're missing out on going to the Superstore. You're missing out on going to WWE World. You're missing out on, maybe you want to go to the club nights. Maybe you want to go to the One Man Dead show. Maybe you want to go to the roast of WrestleMania. Maybe you want to do some of the meet and greets. Maybe you'd bump into a wrestler, or you'd bump into, maybe you want to catch some of the other indie shows that are taking place. I mean, we looked at a list of just all the shows that were happening that weekend, and it's just, everyone was there. It was just the place to be. If you're a wrestling fan, you sort of enter this wrestling bubble on, like, say, the Wednesday. Even when you land at the airport, there was graphics, people posing next to like championship belts that were at the airport, and things like this, So I sort of feel like the whole experience, all of those things we just mentioned, you kind of walk into that when you land on, say, a Wednesday, and maybe you don't go back till the following Wednesday. They did do NXT there on the Tuesday. So you could have stayed for that show, got up early Wednesday and gone back again. So, really, it is like a several-day experience now, with plenty to see and do, plenty of ways to spend your money, of course. But, I think for me, Vegas, it just can accommodate that so well. Vegas can just, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Everything can, the hotels, the strip, the arenas. It's also, close, and it's walking distance type stuff, and it's all great. It's not like things are like completely out of the way or whatever. It's all. So, I'm sure New Orleans would have worked as well. And I'm sure there's other places that could have been just as good, but I don't know. Vegas strikes me as just perfect, ready-made. To be honest with you, I think Saudi would be really good as well in that regard. I don't like it. I don't think they should have it, right? I'm not campaigning for them to have it, but that idea of landing on a Wednesday and then you've got a Superstore and a WWE World, Raw, SmackDown, would you get all the indie shows going over there? Probably not. You'd probably miss out on that. So, you'd get maybe a Progress, and maybe you'd get some of the bigger ones, but I don't think you'd get like the smaller indie shows. So, yeah, you'd miss out on those. But I think having everything close, having it all like a walking distance, having the hotels quite close by. I don't think, because they're building stuff from scratch, I don't think that it would be like all spread out across the city. I think it would all be really quite contained. And I think it would have that feeling of it being like a wrestling bubble. And, I mean, if they did do it, I think they would, make it feel very welcoming to wrestling fans for that weekend. So, say it quietly, but I do think they would be very good at it. I actually don't know what London would be like. I think London would be okay. I mean, Wembley is good because obviously that's our national stadium. So all around Wembley, there's bars because people go drinking there before they go and watch England playing football or whatever. So if they did it in London, you'd have WrestleMania in the stadium. I don't know where they would put WWE Worlds. There is a Wembley Arena, but to be honest, that might be fully booked. So you might struggle to kind of get into there. So I don't know where they would put WWE Worlds. But all the bars and everything, you'd have a good time because there's plenty of drinking places round by Wembley. But yeah, I don't know where, they would. You could do Wembley Arena for maybe like NXT. Maybe you could do Wembley Arena for Raw and SmackDown and NXT, and then you do Wembley Stadium for WrestleMania. Wembley Arena is not far from the stadium. So, I mean, that's all contained. I just don't know where you would put WWE Worlds. I don't know where you'd put the convention. One Man Dead show, wouldn't really matter. I mean, you jump on a train, you get into London quite easily. So, I mean, you could do that anywhere in London. So London, I think, would be okay, actually. London, I think, wouldn't be too bad. I just don't know where you would put WWE Worlds. You'd have to maybe put it in a convention centre, but I can't think of one close to London, to Wembley. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that bit. But, no, I think Vegas is pretty good, honestly. But I get the upset. I get people being down on it, because certainly if you had your tickets bought and the people of New Orleans were expecting it, weren't they? I can understand them being down. Daze, if you had a twin, it would be Joe Hendry, but will you do the Hendry pose? No. Tom said WWE should go to the co-op arena and play Russian roulette of not getting a tile knocking onto you. Yeah, the co-op. I think it's all right, isn't it? I think it's all right now. I mean, there was delays on it opening, but because wasn't there like some sort of what was it? It was like the air conditioning unit or something. It was like this big duct that was attached to the ceiling. There was worries that was too heavy and it was going to drop, and so it delayed the opening, and it was a nightmare. But I think it's all fine now. And I can't even remember if WWE have done a show there. They might have done a Raw there, actually. Can't remember. Something in my brain says they have, but I could be wrong. Daze, that is another stray in the NXT review. I'm planting them in other videos now, James. I'm planting them in other videos. I know. And I just want you to know, James, that I did have a word with myself after. Like, you've got to stop doing this. You've got to stop doing it. He doesn't deserve it. I don't even think you deserve it. It's a sickness. It's legit a sickness. I need to stop picking on other people. I've had a word with myself. Trini's had a little bit recently, and that ain't gonna stop. So yeah, just know, James, it comes from a good place, and just know that I am really trying to make an effort in changing. William said WWE is seemingly isolating itself from indie talent that has been the lifebloods of developing greatness. Creative just tells us that they're great, and choreographers try and fool us to thinking it, says William. I think that the WWE ID system is good. Sean Legacy has come through the indie scene, so I think there is an effort being made to try and make sure that we get some of that talent. More can be done, absolutely, but no, I think they are. I think there is an attempt there to try and make sure that we get some, mainly because we don't want that talent going to AEW. I'm fairly convinced that hatred for AEW, right? Not mine or yours, but WWE's, is what's fueling that. Because we don't want them working with TNA. Ideally we would get New Japan working with us. I have no doubt whatsoever that if WWE could get New Japan working with them, they'd jump at it. But obviously New Japan have got a relationship with AEW. Doesn't seem like that's going to change. But if there's any wobble there, if there's any kind of situation that we can capitalize on, I have no doubt we will try and capitalize on it. So, it's one of those where it's really interesting that we are kind of really aggressively signing things like AAA, trying to launch WWE Europe. It could just be that it's TKO and it's their strategy, but I don't know. I always think that AEW and a fear that AEW could outmaneuver us is also largely driving these things. So, yeah, I agree that more can be done. I think they're doing a few bits. I mean, we've seen WWE ID and they've, I think that's been a bit of a mixed bag. I don't know how much it's kind of really revolutionized things, which is why I say I think more can be done. But I think Evolve is still finding its feet. I don't think Evolve is anywhere near the final product that it's going to be. I mean, we only just crowned the first ever champs the other past 2 weeks. So, now I don't even think we've crowned WWE ID champs, have we? I don't think there's any WWE ID champs yet. I think we're still going through that process. I've not seen an announcement that anyone is the WWE ID champion, and we are in the process of doing that. So maybe once they're crowned, then we'll start to bring them in. We'll start to see if those championships being defended on the indies, and you'll start to get a bit more of that kind of conversation coming through. Dormouse said, Daze, let's go. Jukes in the alley. If I'm not there in 5 minutes, just start without me. Dormouse, I don't know if you're challenging me to a fight. I was not expecting that. And I'm going to politely decline as well. Just because, the work you do in the Discord, I don't want to punch you in the face. That's the nicest thing I've ever said to anyone. I have no desire, Dormouse, to punch you. Absolutely zero. You are safe. There'll be no duking it out, thank you. I can take it. It's all fun, says James. Yeah, I know. But I can't lean on that, though. That's the problem, is I know that you will take it the right way because it comes from a friendly place. So that's why, it's just banter, it's just fun. But, I can't keep leaning on that. Because at some point it will actually just become bullying. And that's just not right, is it? That's not right. It's not right. Bullying is fine. I'm all for bullying. But our relationship is that you should be bullying me. Yeah? Just like when you threatened to give me a black eye. It's not, the balance isn't right at the moment. So I'm trying. I'm working hard. Yeah. Edward Daze, I was smashing my TikTok with my content, but I stopped. And I regret stopping because people loved it. I love sports, and I was swapping and changing content every video. Is crazy. I think, honestly, a lesson learned for me, I've said before, if you're going to be a content creator, the best advice I can give you, right, and it comes from as honest and as serious a place as I can tell you this, the best advice is don't worry about I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that, or is there a certain time I need to upload, or is my thumbnail not right, or what special things do I need to put in my description? This channel is, a decent size. So I can tell you that when it comes to writing descriptions, writing titles, doing thumbnails, things along those lines, yeah, they're important, but it's not a secret formula. It's not like, right, guys, if you put 3-1U in your description, you will get at least 100,000 views. It just does not work that way. Everyone wants that secret formula, and it's just not that. It just does not work that way. What you need is content that is going to make you stand out. You need in a very, very cluttered environment. You need to stand out. Think about wrestlers. you probably ain't going to get anywhere if you just look like everyone else. Mr. Iguana has grabbed attention because there ain't no one else doing what Mr. Iguana does. Mr. Iguana with green face paint going and with a toy iguana has grabbed attention because who else is doing anything even remotely close to that? Yeah, even remotely close to that. I mean, I can't think of anyone on the main roster that's walking around with a toy. I mean, the only person I can think that's doing something even similar is Wendy Choo, who has like face paint and walks around with a pillow and has got like a sleeping gimmick. But, you know, that has not connected in the way that Mr. Iguana connected. So, you know, standing out, being unique, doing something different, and making sure that you are consistent with your uploads and making sure that you are putting it out like, you know, the same sort of thing. So, for example, if you are going to dress as a bat and you're going to talk about wrestling, then I would only do wrestling, and I would make sure you're putting your content out every week or every few days or every day. And, you know, you do that. And honestly, I don't know where you would get. If you had like a cave background and you dressed as a bat, painted your face, sat there, right? Honestly, I'm not even joking. This is going to sound crazy and people will be like, what are you even on about? But it would, I'm tell you, it would tick every box. If you had a cave background, green screen, dressed as a bat, right, from like a Halloween costume store, sat there, did not explain why you was dressed as a bat, didn't even mention it, just looked at the camera and went, right, here's my Raw review. Yeah, I thought this week was good. Don't even talk about the fact you're dressed as a bat. Just literally give a Raw review for a minute. Talk about the show for a minute, yeah? And put that out. And I don't know what that would do. And then if you did it again for NXT and you did it again for SmackDown, yeah? And you kept doing it. Hi guys, welcome to the cave. So this week's Raw, I thought was, and you just put it out like, I honestly, I don't know. I don't know what that does. Might bomb, might not do anything, but you can't tell me that people aren't going to share that. You can't tell me that people aren't going to talk about it. Have you seen what this guy's doing? Seen this guy who talks about wrestling, dressed as a bat. He's got a cave as a background. It's straight out of the Mr. Iguana playbook. Straight out of the Mr. Iguana playbook. So it's kind of like, maybe that does not work, yeah? Maybe you try it and people laugh at it and it doesn't really do much. But it's that kind of line of thinking that you have to really think about. Because standing out, doing something different, and like really hitting the same sort of thing, the same sort of content, you know, like a Raw review, SmackDown review, an NXT review, a prediction video for the PLE, doing the PLE one, but just constantly doing it, and never drawing attention to the fact you're dressed as a bat or in a cave or anything. It's a bit Mighty Boosh. I love it. Daze, are you going to do boxing on Netflix? I don't know, but is that the Crawford thing? I don't know what day it's on. Knowing TKO or knowing, like, you know, they'll probably put it on the same time as flipping SummerSlam. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen when it's the day or anything yet. Hello, Ronnie. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to you. Nitro said, I think of my bed when someone mentions Hangman Adam Page. Does he bore you? Is that what it is? Makes you feel tired? I'm guessing it's that. I've got a sleeping gimmick whenever anyone mentions AEW, says Merpy. Felix said, it's so true. Having your own style is one of the best kept secrets. Yeah. And not even with your presentation. So, you know, we just spoke about dressing as a bat and, like, you know, trying to grab some attention that way. But I saw, was it Wrestle Talk? I've got such a good idea that I kind of looked at it. I was like, damn it. That is so clever. And I was like, that is really good. I don't watch Wrestle Talk. Nothing against them. I'm sure they're great. But again, I don't need to know their thoughts because I get your thoughts. I don't need to know about the news because I get it from the same places they do. So there's not really much that they can give me, which is why I don't watch, right? But they do this great series called 3 Count, where they aren't allowed to say any more than 3 words. So if it's like Money in the Bank, who's going to win? They will say like Jacob betrays Solo. Like that, yeah? And they just have to try and communicate what their predictions are, but within 3 words. And they called it the 3 Count, which is obviously wrestling connected. So we're going to do the 3 Count for WrestleMania. We're going to do the 3 Count for something. It's so clever because it's wrestling related. It makes it more fun. And it also is transferable. So you can do it for Rumble. You can do it for WrestleMania. You can do it for retro things. You know, let's do a 3 Count for WrestleMania 6. Let's talk about each match. Let's talk about, you know, each match. Let's talk about the show overall. But, you know, every match you can only give 3-word answers. And it's like, that's so clever. And I think it's even got its own little logo that they put on their thumbnail. And you go, that's the kind of genius idea that I will never have. But, you know, that's just a way of making your predictions kind of stand out. Rather than doing predictions like everyone else, we're going to do a 3 Count. We're going to do a 3 Count for this. So, you know, you can do something unique for your... You can do something unique for your presentation, the dressing of a bat thing, right? Or you can even do something unique with the way you present your predictions video and do it as a 3 Count like Wrestle Talk, which I thought was very clever. The 3 Count makes me laugh, says Nita Nitro. 14 minutes. Yeah, 14 minutes. We've got 14 minutes. Rest with Andy, hello. Did you see that Adam Pacitti is retiring? I never really watched him, but he is a GOAT for sure. No, I didn't. I didn't see that he was retiring. Yeah, I would say he's a GOAT in this space. Definitely. If you think about What Culture and What Culture Wrestling and Cultaholic, yeah, I would say definitely a GOAT in this space. So I wonder how you reach GOAT status. That would be good. I'd like to reach GOAT status. I think you probably need to hit like 1 million or something, don't you? You know, probably say like Wrestlemania is a GOAT. The Wrestle Talk guys are GOATs. Although not all of them, because like obviously they bring in different hosts, don't they? But like, I don't even know their names. Luke is one, isn't it? And what's the tall guy called? Them two. I don't know about any others. But with like Cultaholic, Jack the Jobber, King Ross, Adam Pacitti. I saw that Adam Blompier had come back. Did you see he started a new channel? He put one video on and I ain't seen nothing else since. So I don't know if he's back. I think Grim is a GOAT. I think Grim's a GOAT. He's got a channel. He's got one channel that's over 1 million. And the other one I think's 800,000. And he was the guy that got me in to doing this along with obviously Tommy. So I think he's a GOAT. Is Tommy a GOAT? Tommy would be a GOAT to me, but I don't know. I mean, he stepped away for too long, didn't he? I think if Tommy had kept going, he would be GOAT. And I think I could make an argument he's a GOAT anyway. I think he was so influential in that space for wrestling figures. There's probably some wrestling figure ones as well, but yeah, no, I agree. I'd say Pacitti was a GOAT. Daze, you're a GOAT streamer, said Wrestle with Andy. Well, that's very kind. I don't believe it, but yeah, I mean, we've definitely done it for a long time, you know? We've done it since 2018, which, in all fairness, is 7 years now. Do you know what? We're all goats. Yeah, how about that? We're all goats. Tommy is like the Bob Backlund on YouTube. Is an underrated goat, said Wrestle with Andy. We'll have to let him know that. You're the Bob Backlund. He'll be thrilled. Wrestle with Andy. He'll be thrilled. Ollie, that's it. Aaron, Ollie. I wasn't being disrespectful. I was like, I just really couldn't remember. I met them at Wrestling Shop Live going back at 2016, 2017. I need to find that picture again. There is a picture of me with Ollie and Luke from Wrestle Talk because they were at Wrestling Shop Live meeting like fans, and I was there as well. And there's a picture of me with those two. So yes, those two. I think there is a masked guy as well, who I don't know how long he's been around for. But I've seen a masked guy he looks a bit like Excalibur. Whether he's goat status, I'm not sure. But Ollie and Luke, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Aaron, hope you're well, my friend. I know you're a big fan of their Wrestle Talk. I think they do great work. I ain't got no shade with them. I like those accounts. They make me feel safe. Do you know what I mean? There's like, I'd say they're a pillar. Do you know what I mean? There's some pillars that you can really, that's always going to be there. That you know the content they're putting out. You know they're good people. You know, your cultaholics, your Wrestle Talks, your What Cultures. I'd say those are kind of like the big pillars, aren't they, really? And probably your Wrestlemania. Tempest. I don't know what this means. Evolve isn't showing. I'm on their YouTube channel, but it's not showing. Opala, yeah, it happened a few weeks ago. I don't think if you're UK, you're going to find it on YouTube. I have to get a VPN and I have to go over to Tubi, which is annoying. It is a bit of a nightmare. It is frustrating. But it means you can watch it live. And actually, Tubi's really good. But it's just if you've got a VPN. You see, I stream on my PC, of course. And my PC has got a VPN. It's all part of my antivirus protection. So I can catch it that way. So that is how I do it. And they've also got other things on there like White Chicks. So you can also just watch that. And it's free as well. But you do have to watch some adverts. But I have been told if you get an ad blocker, it will. Tonya's on there. And I keep meaning to watch that. Because it's about the ice skating drama thing in it. And I've never seen Bullet with Steve McQueen. That is on there as well. There's actually, I keep doing this every week. I keep going, I could watch that. And then I won't. And then I'll come back next week and I'll be like, I could watch that. I can't remember what it was last week. There was something else that was on there that was a bit cool. Like a Friday or something. And I was like, I could watch that. It's actually really interesting. I'm just kind of skipping through. They've got like Trading Places, Little Shop of Horrors, Gremlins, Knight's Tale. There's like a hell of a selection. And I just found my list. These are things we put in from a few weeks ago. Yeah. Sex doll. Infidelity. My Soul Desire. Graphic Desires. Yeah. These are things that we just popped into my list as we were browsing a few weeks ago, and they're still there now. Oh, yeah. Looking forward to those watch-alongs. Okay, Evolve. Where are we? We've got 6 minutes, and actually the new one's not up yet. The new one is not up yet. Is that normal? For it to not be there yet. Has anyone got it yet? I still don't have it. Even using my VPN and going over to Tubi, It's still not there. It's still showing last week, June 4th. Wow. Do you know last week was episode 14? No way would I say we've watched 14 episodes. But episode 14 was last week. Wow. This will be episode 15? Wow. No way did I think we'd watch that many. It's good. I really like it. Tony said, I think AEW is going to pull out all the stops to prevent you from watching Evolve. But Daze, you are always one step ahead. Well, I try. I know that there are people that are... there it is. Just dropped in. Yeah, it's usually 5 minutes before. But do you know what? Just as you said that, I just hit refresh and it's just appeared. So, yeah, they tend to put it up just 5 minutes before. We always wait 5 minutes. Right? I know that you can click on it and watch it now, but we always wait because... I mean, why would you start watching a show 5 minutes, 5 to? Plus, also, I get it, but maybe not everyone gets it at the same time. So, we always wait. So, I'm going to do that. Even though it's there and I can click on it now, we're going to wait. Nita Nitro, shout out to you. I hope you feel better in the morning, buds. I hope you sober up in the morning. Daze, who was the true original on YouTube? The first I remember seeing was Wrestling with the Regret. I think he might be the Bruno Sammartino. Honestly, I don't really know because I have never... It's not a world I've ever interacted with. So, like, for me, I was never a viewer of wrestling content on YouTube. If ever I was watching, like, WWE or... You know, maybe I'd be watching... I don't know. I really can't remember. I definitely would have watched some What Culture videos or whatever, but I wouldn't really have paid attention as to who it was. I never watched anyone and kind of like joined a community, if you will. I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what Culture put up, or I can't wait to see what Wrestling with Regret does. But Wrestling with Regret, a goat. Absolutely, yeah. So I think for me, the first I remember will have been about 2013, I think would have been the first I will remember. About 2013. Because to be honest, I mean, I would be catching shows, watching shows. I don't know, it just wouldn't dawn on me to go to YouTube. I wasn't really a regular YouTube viewer back then. Like, it just wasn't really part of my life. In my mind, YouTube back then was like, I don't know, you know, those funny clips of like Tommy bit my finger or whatever it is. You know, for me, YouTube was a home for things like that. Or like, do you remember that dog that ran off and the man chasing after him going, Benton! Benton! There's a clip of a dog chasing after sheep and the sheep started running towards this road. And the farmer's chasing after him going, Benton! Like that went viral in the UK. Or the dude with Chocolate Rain. Or the Star Wars guy with the lightsaber. To me, YouTube was that. It was just full of those kinds of clips and things that were going viral. So I didn't really dig into it for like wrestling content until about 2012, and the first person that I saw was Bruce Blitz. Bruce Blitz was a guy. I couldn't even tell you how many followers he had. Could not have even told you. But it wouldn't have even crossed my mind to have looked. And he was like, he had a little community, and he just used to hate John Cena, and he was the JD from New York of his day. He was the JD of New York of his day, and he would like just kick off about John and how overpushed he was and how he hated him and he's ruining wrestling and all this sort of stuff. And that was the first I remember seeing. And then, yeah, definitely I will have seen some Wrestling with Regret, or I will have seen, you know, bits and bobs, and then become more aware of them. But that's probably my ground zero. And after that, I will have found Grim, will have found Tommy, That would have got me into like figure videos. But that would have been around 2014, 2015 that I will have found those two. I did not find them in 2012. So Bruce Blitz first for me. And then What Culture, Wrestle Talk, those kind of people. They will have been around, but I don't know when I would have first experienced them. I don't know. They've just never been a big part of my viewing experience, but I'm aware of them. And I've certainly seen their videos, like, you know, from time to time. So, definite goats. No argument about that. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about, like, who was first. Who was the first? Who was the Farmer Burns? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. I'll tell everyone it's you, Wrestle with Andy. If anyone asks me from now on, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's Wrestle with Andy, though. It was the first. Right, here we go. To be... Right, guys, I've pressed play. Here we go, kings and queens. It's time for what is easily the best show of the week. Although maybe not this week, because Raw was pretty sick, wasn't it? Right, then, now I've got the word forever. Here we go. I do enjoy this show. If there is anyone from Evolve watching, you do great work. Thank you so much. Especially if it's you, Kendal. Yeah. I'll see you. Right, here we go. Keanu Carver. We are starting. Where can I watch Evolve in the UK? It doesn't drop until like tomorrow. You need to get a VPN and you need to watch it on Tubi Live. So we just got a video package showing us what went down in the championship match last week. So video package. It sucks, to be honest, that it's not like just live, like that we can all watch at the same time, like we do with Raw, like we do with SmackDown. It's a real shame that we don't have... Boom. It's a real shame that we don't have that. But this is the best we can do, to be honest. And it works for us, so... Do you follow any content creators on TikTok? No. My TikTok is literally me just putting up like little reaction clips, and I don't even go on TikTok. I don't even browse on it, but I couldn't even tell you I couldn't even tell you names of content creators on TikTok. I couldn't even give you names. I would have no idea because I don't go on there. I don't even go on to upload because, to be honest with you, here's another little tip. I use something called Buffer, and Buffer, when you put a reaction clip on it, it will just send it out to your social. So it'll automatically put it on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. It'll just put it on there for you. So I never even have to go on to TikTok. I still love this tune, by the way. You know that Pally coming in and Pally with the alley with Pally. I still need to know who sings that. It gets me pumped. Welcome to Evolve. I'm still... One day I will be in that crowd. I will be in that crowd. I will be that woman. They'll be like, do you know anyone? I heard it was friends and family, you know. They'll be like, do you know anyone? And I'll be like, yeah. I know them all because I've watched it every week. That's not what we meant. Okay, here we go. Jackson Drake, the Evolve champion, is here. The champ is in the house. Dun, dun, dun. They're dancing around. Why are they all wearing white shirts? What's this about? They've all got like white shirts on. Even Zayda Steele, the real deal Zayda Steele. Vanity Projects. Yeah, I mean, Jackson Drake, I mean, them putting the belt on him is really A big thumbs up, isn't it? It's a big statement. We told you so. Yeah. Hondos. Hondos. Are they going to release a Hondo shirt? Hondos. Were Heatwave main eventers? Do you think they're ready? I'm ready. Were Stand and Deliver main eventers? What does this mean? We don't care is the chant. We don't care. What does this mean? Stand and Deliver main eventers? Do they mean in the future? I don't even understand this promo. I think they mean in the future they're going to be... Buddy Rogers gets a mention! Buddy Rogers was the first WWE champion. Thanks for the knowledge, kid. He's got a point. He is the first. He's put his name into the history books. I do like it when the champs wear the belts. Do you know what? One thing that wrestling fans hate is kind of like, you know, being told stuff they already know. Like, because he would have been quite wise there to be like, you probably don't know this because you lot don't know much at all. But the first WWE champion was a guy called Buddy Rogers. Yeah. And like, be quite patronizing with it. You probably don't know who the first Universal champ is, do you? I'll help you. The first Universal champion was Finn Balor. And you know, hardcore wrestling fans are like... Okay. Here's Lindsay. I don't really know where we got with that promo, by the way. Just kind of saying that they are here to take over and they are the flag bearers. They were right. They could be future nice, real, natural nature boy brought up, said Boomers for Life. Have you watched TNA Impact, said Rob? No, but I'm sure it's good. Here's Lindsay. Oh, Lindsay's gone. Okay, here's High Rise. Oh, yeah, Cappuccino. We've got a singles match here, haven't we? Wes versus Cappuccino. I hear they're saying he's the next Wesley. The original is always better than the sequel. Did you see how battered the shutter was in the background? I was, oh my God, it's Gall! It's Gall! It's Gall! I don't want an It's Gall match. I want an It's Gall promo. That's what I want. It's Gall! It's Gall! The real deal, Zayda Steele has stayed in the ring. She is... Who's she taking on? Tag team action. Nikita. Nikita Lyons making her way down. She's got a nice entrance jacket. She is going to be teaming up with Zayda. I like it, says Nightmare. Nikita, the whole group of Vanity Project are annoyed. They're meant to be, but they're meant to be. If they annoy you, then they're doing a good job. 8 minutes into Dynamite and there's blood, says James. AB said, Zayda, marry me. Duran, shout out to you, buds. Okay, we've just got a little advert here for Night of Champions. They just showed the most unseasoned examples of people swerving when the drive. I don't even understand that sentence. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Stone Cold Fella, shout out to you. Aaron Judge. Rafael Danvers. Yankees versus Red Sox. Saturday at 7. Fan Duel Casino. I've just got some ads, guys. Jackpot. All day. Another one. They're talking about FanDuel Casino, and there was a guy that just dropped this rat who's like, jackpot. All day. Jackpot. Another one. Jackpot. All day. Yes. Get relief fast, guys. Tylenol has got laser drilled holes so that it can release quicker. McCrispy strips. Oh, God, he's going to drop that sauce on the baby, isn't he? Jesus Christ. Oh, he just licked the baby's head. Don't know where that's been. McDonald's. Right, we're backstage. Cappuccino and Jack Cartwheel. Highly motivated. I'm not going to let the cup get cold, says Cappuccino. He's got a good look, hasn't he, Cappuccino? He looks really cool. Dangerous to sleep on Cappuccino. A fresh brew is on. Okay, Cappuccino Jones going to be taking on Wesley. I wonder if that's our main event tonight. Right. Mason, Holiday, and Layla Diggs. Don't know much about these girls. By don't know much, I mean anything. Mason and Layla versus Zayda and Nikita. We've definitely seen them before, but I just don't know much about them. I don't know what this trend is to have like one leg covered and the other leg exposed. Bianca's done that before. Ren Sinclair has done it as well. Okay, Zayda and it is pretty funny watching. So these two just got in and they were doing like this really sexy entrance. Yeah, that's a sexy entrance, by the way. And over in the corner, Zayda was like, I can do that, look. Right, hooking up. Here we go. Gotta maximize every minute. They've already provided some entertainment before the bell even rings. Zayda getting round the back there of... Is that Mason? Is that Layla? I think. Bang. Well, no. Layla is the one that's in the ring. So Mason is the one. Oh, that's good. That's got the one leg attire. So Layla in there right now, working on the arm of Zayda. Tag being made. In comes Mason. Mason going up. And a little shimmy there of the old booty. paints artwork on all her ring gear. Does she? Is she painted on this one? Is that pattern painted, is it? Apparently Mason paints onto her ring gear. Here's Nikita. Nikita is in. Oh, she has a great kick, Nikita. She just throws in a great looking kick, but oh, there was some twerking. Mate. Jeez. She just got down there, Mason, and I mean, I don't know how I feel about doing that mid-match, but no, I loved it, actually. I've just checked. I've just checked with myself. It was great. Going over against the ropes. Oh, Nikita. I tell you what, there's a little undertone to this match of a little bit of kinkiness. Layla going over. 1, 2. No joy. Nikita kicks out. Layla working on the arm. Ah, lovely kick coming in there by Nikita. Very good. Dragging her over to the corner. Back slap tagging comes Zayda. Big boot there by Zayda. Zayda trying to take Layla over. Going against the ropes. Drop kick. Drop kicked by the real deal. At the age of 12, she told her mom that she wanted to be a wrestler. So Zayda again against the ropes. Whoa, Layla. Layla just cartwheeling over the rope, back into the ring. Duck underneath, round the back, scooping her up. There's a nice pace to this. Slams her down. Nice power move. Standing moonsault. Gets it. Layla. 1, 2. No joy. No joy. 2 count. Layla looking over at Mason. Going over. Back slapped. I hate these tags that Mason does. She's like, it's all really like, oh, I don't really want to touch you kind of stuff. Shoulder barge there by Mason. Mason and, okay, a little more booty popping. Yeah. Hopefully there's a lot of that going on in the chat as well. A lot of booty popping. So, yeah, they went for like a double elbow there. And Zayda is back up. Daze, what Ruthless Aggression pay-per-view is your favourite, says Rob. That's a good question, Rob. I would probably go... Honestly, I might go SummerSlam 2005. It's a pretty special one for me because I had actually broken my ankle. And so I ended up like having the summer off work. And I ended up going to this camping place, this like park called Butlins. So I went there and I was a bit down because I'd broken my ankle. But I mean, it was, you know, I was on crutches. And I walked in, I was having some drinks, and I saw that SummerSlam was advertised. They were going to show it live on TV. I ended up watching it live in this bar, having a great time, really enjoying it. And that was the year that they did like Shawn Michaels against Hogan. And obviously that match is just crazy, but the build and everything was really fun because, you know, Shawn is one of my favorite wrestlers ever, and Hogan is, you know, at that point he was still the legend. Obviously it hits different now, but I think just it's not the best pay-per-view, but I think because of the personal reason attached to it, it's one that kind of I know I haven't seen that many pay-per-views in like bars. To be honest, it might only be that and WrestleMania 30. Oh, ZDT. 1, 2, kick out. So yeah, I think there's better, but for personal reasons, I'll go. That's the one that comes to my mind. What are you going to do about it, says Zayda. Shot coming in. Layla on the outside, Mason in the ring. They're giving this match time, aren't they? I mean, we've kind of really quickly gone through segments. Here's Nikita. She's in. She grabs Mason. We got some booze. SummerSlam, hosted by Cardi. I've not seen that graphic before. Hosted by Cardi B graphic. Yeah, Mason in the ring, and she's in trouble here because Nikita has grabbed her. Ooh, drags her down. Did you see how she like pulled back on the head? That was moody, mate. She kind of pulled back on the head, took her down to the ground. Mason trying to get back up to her feet. Boo you. Yeah, we got Nikita speaking out, talking out there, throwing some shade over to Layla Diggs. Mason is still down. She's trying to find a way of getting back up to her feet. Nikita keeping a hold here of Mason. Shot coming into the midsection. Big clubbing blow to the back. Going over the other side. Charging in. Oh. Zayda with a weird tag. I mean, these tags are awful. It's not like a good tag. It's just like, can I quickly touch you and get in? That was better, though. That tag was good. That tag from Nate Mason to Layla Diggs was good. No, lovely kick there by Layla. And again, another kick coming into the midsection. Layla on fire. Hot tag made. Bang! She's got her kicks down, hasn't she? Look at that. Look at that. Really good. So good. They showed a replay. Nice. The cartwheel into the shoulder barge was quite good. It does still sort of feel like when you do the cartwheel, you have to kind of get on your feet and find your balance. It doesn't really slingshot you, you know? She kind of does a cartwheel, and I don't know how much it really adds to the kind of momentum of the move. It still feels like she cartwheels and then has to find a balance and then throw herself into the shoulder. Nikita makes the save. I can't believe how long they're giving this match. Can't believe this thing is still going. They're really trying to give it a showcase for these girls. There is Chantel Monroe arrives. Roll up by Zayda to... Thank God that wasn't the end. Mason round the back. Chantel's come down. She jumps on the edge of the ring. Why is she here? Kick there by Nikita. That'll probably end up doing it. And yeah, Zayda even using the ropes. So a real screwy finish, to be honest, with Chantel Monroe coming down, distracting. And Zayda and Nikita pick up the victory as a result. The match itself was all right. Bit disappointing that we have a screwy finish like that, but well, it's WWE. What do you expect? It was a long match, but it was good, said Boomers for Life. Let's get a score in, see what people thought about it. Match score. There was some good stuff in there. No one that just wrestled in that felt like they shouldn't be on TV or anything. I mean, obviously we've seen a lot of Nikita. We know that Zayda's a bright star, but I thought Layla and Mason did well. And it is a bit weird that Chantel's still out there going, sorry. I mean, how long is she going to stand there doing that? Sorry. Sorry. Troy Yearwood, we know that he has broke a lot of records in the PC. I was quite excited to see him, but I've been told by you guys that he doesn't have much in the way of charisma. Yeah, by the numbers, I'm the most explosive athlete that has ever walked into the PC. Mate, this guy has got a serious look in he. You've never seen anything like me. Mate, this guy's a problem. Look at him. Jamar Hampton, he's changed his name. Jamar Hampton, they've changed his name. He's now Jamar Hampton. But what was wrong with Troy Yearwood? Troy Yearwood, Jamar Hampton. I mean, it doesn't really make any difference, does it? Troy Yearwood or Jamar Hampton, it doesn't really make no difference. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Troy Yearwood is now Jamar Hampton. You won't know Troy Yearwood unless I got told he maybe appeared on LFG. I only know him because I saw the Performance Center boards in some backstage clip. And it showed that, like, he was at the top of a load of records. Like, he's serious. He's the real deal. There we go. Jamar Hampton. Troy was a cooler name, though, said Johnny. That's a bad name change, said Steve. Daze, what's your thoughts about Saudi getting the Rumble? Saudi should get any PLE except for the Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or Survivor Series. Honestly, I think the Saudis, they spend a lot of money on WWE. They want the biggest, most exciting stuff possible. I mean, they want WrestleMania. So what I would say is I think WWE have done well to keep those shows away from Saudi. But I think, you know, we're just getting to the point now where we're getting towards the end of this deal. I think they would definitely love another Saudi deal. And, yeah, I mean, look, they've ended up getting the Royal Rumble. So, do I love it? No, I don't love it. But I suppose I've got to be grateful that... got to be grateful that it's took this long. I mean, we've been going to Saudi since, what, 2018? It's been a long time. You know, we gave them the greatest Royal Rumble, you know. Can we have the Rumble? Well, you can't have the Rumble, but we can give you the greatest Royal Rumble. Can we have WrestleMania? Well, you can't have WrestleMania, but we can give you Crown Jewel. It's even better. It's what WrestleMania wishes it was. So I think we've done well to kind of keep big shows away from them, honestly. But we've just sort of run out of road, didn't we? Because they really want to renegotiate now. So, of course, Saudi hold all the cards. Because they'll be like, well, if you want a new deal, we want the bigger shows. So, I mean, look, they're going to get WrestleMania. We need to mentally prepare ourselves. There's Natty. Oh, Natty, come on. Come on, Natty. Hey, Kelly. I didn't need your help. Actually, you did. You need to learn how to swallow your pride. We've got a match. So you better be ready. So it is going to be Natalya and Kylie working together. Okay, Jamar Hampton's got... This better hit good. Where's the drop? Dun, 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 dun. No. Nope. Really nice intro. And then I'm waiting for it to go. Boom, bum, 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 bum. But it doesn't. It just sort of like ticks along. Jamar. Look at this. The gold standard. He's got his gold... He's got his gold shorts on. He's shredded and he looks amazing. He reminds me so much of me. It's goal! It's goal! Mate, you want to talk about different? Here's the real life action figure. I don't think he's annoying. I think he's brilliant. I think he's a great character. This will be a good match, honestly. I'm really looking forward to this because this is the guy who I've been waiting to see. Troy Yearwood, now Jamar Hampton, was it? I'm really excited to see him in action because I know he is at the top of like leaderboards in the Performance Center. This is the standard, man. This is the benchmark. This is the guy that's maxing out everything in the PC. So I really was interested in seeing him. And then it's Gal. The real life action figure. Let's go. Its goal is like a more annoying Zack Ryder. A heel, annoying, bigger, more Jack Zack Ryder. That's how I would kind of see him. Like, if his catchphrase was woo, 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 I wouldn't be too shocked. It's go. It's go. Test of strength. He wants a test of strength. Do y'all want to see this? Anyone else think that Jamar's shorts are a bit big? They're so close to just being tights. They're so close to covering all of his legs. They're kind of this weird length, to be honest. It's quite a nice clean look, though. The gold and the white. I just don't think that it's... I don't think it's quite right. I feel like the kick pads are a bit thick and the shorts are a bit too big. And I don't mind the colour scheme, though. White and gold. I could see that working for him, but I don't think that's it. It's Gall in control. He's got a head scissors applied. And he's flexing as well. And he's doing push-ups. Scoops him up, though. Jamar slams down its goal. Gets round the back. Oh, and again. Yeah, nice takedown. Now he's doing some push-ups. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I want to see Shiloh. They need to get him on TV before he wanders off with some dark web craze. The Beast. Gets the ropes. Inverted atomic drop by Jamar. Whoa. Mate, he went against the... That doesn't even make any sense. He went against the ropes, came off, and then had to jump into a drop kick. The physics of that, they don't really work. Go against the ropes, come back, and then have to jump into a standing drop kick. Like, it doesn't work. I mean, it did work, but it... Why, if you're doing a stand-in drop kick, why do you need to come off the ropes first? It's Gal kicking away. You've got like a Garvin stomp there, but elbow. It's Gal. What's it say on the back of his... I can't even see what it says. Mini something. He's got him over by the ropes. He's in control. Jamar in a bit of pain here. He's not getting it all his own way, is he, at the moment? Shots to the midsection. Those shots didn't look brilliant. Taking him over. Jamar in the middle of the ring. It's Gal coming in. Lovely discus clothesline. Takes him down. 1, 2. It's Gal. Nope. Doesn't eat carbs or fats. He says you got to keep it lean. You got to keep it tight. Abs are blazing through the night. It's Gal. Kick coming in. And into a double leg drop there by It's Gal. Going for the cover. 1, 2. And Jamar getting the shoulder up. So at the moment, It's Gal is in control. Shot to the midsection there by Jamar. And again, It's Gal with a big clubbing blow to the back. He's over in the corner and... Oh, that was a nice shot. I like how he kind of turned and followed through. It was like a spinning back elbow type thing, but he really shot it through. Working on the leg. Jamar down. It's Gal to shoulder up by Jamar. Jamar is doing some selling here. As It's Gal again grabbing a hold of the leg. He's going to work the leg, turning over. Single leg Boston. Single leg Boston. It's nice as well. I wonder why he favours the single over the double. But single leg Boston applied, middle of the ring. And here we can see Jamar is shouting out in pain. Yeah, look at the muscles, man, as he's like trying to power his way out. He's coming back now. Kick out to It's Gal. He can't capitalize, though. His goal comes over. Shots coming into the midsection. Goes upstairs. Kick coming in. I sort of feel like some of the shots look weak and the selling, you're kind of selling shots that the shots need to look better. There was a kick there which didn't really seem like it connected much, and the reaction to it was quite big. I feel like we've got the pieces for a match, but they're not kind of fully fitted in, you know? Shot coming in. Nice. Belly. That was good belly to belly. Good belly to belly. Duck underneath. It's Gall against the ropes. Picks him up. Big back body drop. It's Gall down here. Look. Oh, it's fired up. Jamar. Selling as well. So I like how he's coming back and he's not giving up on the selling. That's really good. Look, straining to get up. Oh, no joy. 1, 2. Kick out. Oof, that was nice forearm. Chop coming in. Another forearm strike. Yeah. Going over against the ropes. Picks him up. Oh, plants him down. Going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's a win for Jamar. I sort of feel like that's a jigsaw puzzle. And we've got the pieces where they need to go. It's just they need pushing in. That's how I feel about that match. I just feel like they need pushing in. Just showing some of the moments. There was a lot of stuff that went down in that match. I mean, don't forget, that's what, a first showing for Troy Yearwood, so... And there's bits in there that I really like. I really like the fact that he was coming back and he was still selling. Sometimes what you can see is you can see them coming back and they just sort of go, right, now it's time to focus on, like, you know, me coming back. And they sort of forget to sell what they've just been through. But he was still selling, which was really good to see. Here's Marcus Mathers. We'll get a poll up for that. UFC question. Don't know yet. My attention has not quite flipped to this weekend yet, so not 100%. There's a chance, yes. There's a chance. Okay, here's Marcus Mathers. Pro wrestling is all I've ever known. Yeah, he's quite fired up. Marcus Mathers is coming after all of y'all. Right, Wesley against Cappuccino Jones coming up. That is next on Evolve. Right. Marcus Mathers. Yeah, it's a shame that was so short, but the women's match was longer than I thought, honestly. It was... yeah, longer than I thought. Cartwheel Cappuccino are awesome, said Dr. Luchalala. Okay, we are at commercial break again. So, yeah, Stephen, not 100% at the moment about UFC, but it's on the radar. Right, MasterChef, we ain't got long, have we? I can't believe almost 40 minutes. Amo said, don't believe in false idols. I don't know if John Jones is going to be stripped, but this will reveal who he actually is. Money or talent, says Amo. I don't know. I can't tell if it's all a strategy to make that fight bigger or if he's really just messing around. I can't quite tell. Wesley, Cappuccino Jones up next. This'll be good. Okay, is this Jordan Oasis? Yeah. Superstars travel on buses, but I live on the bus. Oh, this is different, isn't it? Well, that's different, isn't it? Talking about how, do you know what it's like to go into a fast food restaurant and have to buy the cheapest thing because you don't know you need to use the restroom, you need to freshen up. Going from city to city on Greyhound buses, not having like your own beds and all that. I mean, like, it's a very interesting. I feel like that's probably based on reality. Where's he living at the moment, though? If he's signed to WWE, where's he living at the moment? Here's Cappuccino Jones, then. Why Marcus remind me of AJ Styles and Seth Rollins if they were a hybrid, said Roper. Okay, Cappuccino. Oh, is he? And he gives his cup out to... That's a good idea, that is. Gives his cup to someone in the crowds. If he's signed it, it's got his face on the side of it. That's a good little giveaway, that is. Have you seen Kylie giving out the gold coins? Like, that's a good idea as well. Right, we've got about 10, 15 minutes to go. It's going to be Wesley, and we know what he's capable of. I don't know how you spell cappuccino. Not a flipping clue. That'll do. Jack Cartwheel looks like Chad Gable's younger brother. Maybe he's El Grande. This guy ain't having it. That guy ain't having it. Okay, Wesley. Look at how exciting would this be? I mean, Wesley's a pretty decent name, isn't he? If you was here, you would have already seen, you know, Zayda Steele, Nikita Lyons. You would have seen that Troy Yearwood, who I was interested in seeing. Now you've got Wesley, Cappuccino Jones. You know they filmed several episodes. Next week, Natalia. So you'd see Natalia. You'd see Kylie Armstrong. Telling you, for a night out, go into Evolve. You'd have a good time. Right, bell has sounded. And we're about to get underway. Kapata said, if they let that kid in again, I'm going to stop watching. The booing is annoying. Okay, so both are getting some big intros. I remember when we first heard about this guy, we were so excited. We were so excited. So, Tyreek and Tyson, obviously, with Wesley, part of High Rise. Longest reign as NXT North American Champion, 269 days. Let's go. Should be good, this. I think the matches have been okay. I don't think at the moment there's really been much of... It's been not a sleeper episode, but it's been an episode where we're just having a look at some people. You know, we've just seen that Troy Yerwoods. We saw Mason Holiday. We saw Layla Diggs. We had a look at Zayda, but we kind of know what to expect there. Obviously, we've seen Nikita. Here, we're going to have a look at Cappuccino Jones. He's going to get an opportunity to show what he can do in a singles match. He's been in a lot of tag matches. So it's going to be good to see him in a singles match. Wes rolling through, getting back up to his feet. Forearm shot coming in there by Wes. Side headlock. Luca said, would you ever stream on Twitch? I don't really see the need, to be honest. I mean, if I was to do that, you'd have to juggle 2 chats. And I don't really see the benefit. If people want to join us, they know where to find us, you know? Shot coming into midsection there by Wes. Cappuccino needs this victory, says Joe. You can combine the chat, says Mayor Pete. Oh, can you? Crossbody. Kick out there by Wes. Boomer said it's been a bit of a showcase tonight. Kick coming in there by Wes. Forearm shot coming in. Cappuccino going over to the corner. Going up and nice takeover. That was good there by Cappuccino. Cappuccino charging in. Goes up over to the outside. Grabs onto the rope. Lovely forearm shot there by Cappuccino. Coming in. Elbow. I mean, what I will say is they've got these people working at a good pace against the ropes. Cappuccino, though, is from the Indies. Oh, that's nice. Leapfrog. Leapfrog again. Going up. Oh, my God. Did you see that drop kick? Mate, he cracked him in the head. That drop kick was... Matt Pete said, I'm okay with these showcase episodes. You need to keep introducing new talent and giving them reps. Well, it's true. I mean, we had to kind of sit through these at the start of Evolve, and then where we've ended up is in a really good place. So it means that this week is not a week that you'd massively recommend. If someone was like watching for the first time, I'd say this isn't the week that I would say, oh yeah, you need to tune in. But what I would say is that we do need these kinds of weeks as well. We've kind of been a bit spoilt, really. We've just crowned the new champions for the past 2 weeks. You know, we've had the first ever women's champ, the first ever men's champ, like Natalia being around. Javon was on the show last week. Like, we've just been spoiled, really. And now here we are with an episode that feels like a step down because it doesn't have that same importance, you know. But, well, we've got Natalia wrestling next week, so we know that I'm not around next week. I'm not here next week for Evolve. Next week I can't do, unfortunately. Ow. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Because I think what will happen is Kylie and Natalia will be in a tag team. There'll be a falling out. Hopefully when I come back, that's when we'll get Natalia versus Kylie. And there's a chance that we'll get... I don't think we get Natty next week. I think we get Natalia next week. But if Kylie turns no, I wonder if we get Natty then. I think we will see Natty at some point. Johnny, shout out to you. The show is decent so far, said AB. Okay, we got Wes through the ropes to the outsides. Cappuccino is down. I wonder if they'll give us something big at the end. I wonder if there'll be something that's just kind of hooks us for next week. We've already got Natalia on the show. I'm going to try and watch that episode anyway next week. I don't want to kind of fall behind. Kick coming in by Wes. That woman. She's always at the show, she is. She's got a fan out now, look. You don't see that all the time, do you? Someone in the front row with a fan. I wonder if it is warm. I bet it is. They're in Orlando. It's June. I bet it is quite stuffy in there, you know. You don't really think about that. Cappuccino getting slammed down. Back of the head and again. It's quite an elaborate fan as well. You'd think you'd just get one of those little things that's got batteries and it's just like, you know, that. Not her. She could have 2 of those electric ones. Yeah, that just kind of, you just hold them. Not her. She's got like this really elaborate. Love that first. She's got a gimmick. She's got a gimmick. It's flipping huge as well. Shot coming in there by Cappuccino. The problem with those fans is you need to use energy to work it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're doing that with your arm to generate the waft. Why doesn't she just get one of the battery things? Don't know. It's distracting. There's a match going on. 1, 2. No joy. No joy. That fan is lovely for her. She is loving it. He doesn't look fully dialed in, they said about Wes. And Mr. Stone said, this is like a major league baseball player playing minor league. This is too easy for him. This is a walk in the park. He's dominating this. He's dominating this. Right now we've got Wes. Oh, goes for a shot. Cappuccino moves out the way he moved. Yeah, round the back, looking for a backslide. Cappuccino, 2. No joy. Cappuccino back up, duck underneath, roll up. 1, 2. No joy. I've got to tell you, you know, these matches in the future could be gold. Gold. Because if Cappuccino gets to the main roster and is like, you know, if both of these get to the main roster, and here they were battling away on a random episode of Evolve that not many people watch, this will be like a lost classic. Scooping him up and duck underneath. Nice suplex. Going for the cover. Cappuccino. No. Cappuccino. Bit of selling. Wesley is maybe took him a bit too much for granted there. Could be taking the coffee dude lightly, said Boomers. Bang. Big boot. Picks him up. Oh, nice driver. 1, 2. No joy. No joy. Shoulder up there by Wes. Shoulder up. Okay, so all of a sudden, Cappuccino is right back into this now. Wes down, over by the ropes. Cappuccino looking over, selling the neck. Back up on his feet. Oh, is that Tyson? He's big, isn't he, Tyson? Big shot, though. Oh my God, I don't know if that was a tooth or some gum. I think it was some gum. He just smacked him in the face. Oh, cartwheel! Jesus Christ, do you see that suicide dive? Cartwheel, just got up, ran across the ring, just went... Wah. Tyson, Tyreek, they are on the outsides. They're being removed. You're out of there! You're out of there! Go on, Boomers. Cappuccino, come on, mate. You can't get distracted. Oh, God, come on. Silly Boomer. Double knees there by... Is that going to do it? Oh, he kicks out. Chino. Where's going to the outsides? Climbing up. Chino. I wish this had longer to it, but I feel like it's the beginning of the end. Misses. Chino. Big shot. Chino. Come on, Chino. Come on. Boom. Decaffeinator connects. Is he going to beat him? 1, 2. I thought he was going to do it, you know. He decaffeinated him. He flipping decaffeinated him. It's a good finish. This is good. I thought that was it. I was fully signed up. I was turning the computer off. I was saying my goodbyes. I was saying, guys, it's been brilliant. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good week. He kicked out, didn't he? Cappuccino going up. Oh, that's not where Cappuccino should be. Oh, God. He got too excited. He got too excited. And I think Wesley's going to put this away. He rolls up and he cheats. Oh, good. Because Zayda did that earlier. So if this match had finished because of that, that would have sucked. Because Zayda did that exact same thing earlier. Oh, roll up by Chino. Chino, dude. Kick out by Wes. Come on, Chino. Misses. Knee to the midsection. Big boot there by Wes. And a kick to the back of the head. It's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. Wes against the ropes. Bang. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Chino! Wesley wins. Wesley wins. That match was a little bit mid in places. Wasn't grabbing me. But the finish was really good. Not the very finish. But where it looked like Cappuccino might get it done. That was really good. Certainly when he hit that decaffeinator, I thought he had it then. And it's funny, isn't it? Because does the match mean anything? No, it doesn't. There's nothing on the stake. It's not a number one contenders match. It's not for a title. But if Cappuccino could beat someone like Wesley, that would be a big for him. But the cardiac kick connected. And he was done. The gatekeeper continues to watch the gate. Do you remember all those women getting attacked? We never got any closure on that. We never got any closure. Someone last week was like, imagine if that turns out to be Bailey Humphrey. I was like, that's such a good idea. Love that idea. So, yes, there we go. That was this week's Evolve. And honestly, it was a missable episode. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Evolve is great and then get an episode like that, which was acceptable, but just, it was okay. Not essential. And make it out to be anything that it's not. That, you know, I think the success of Evolve has been not only introducing new talent, but mixing in some NXT talent, mixing in some main roster talent, introducing championships, doing backstage segments, doing promos, building some stories, mixing in some ID talent. And really, you know, the matches are good, sometimes great. And, you know, you've got this, there's just more to this. It feels like a brand. And I think that there was still those feelings this week. Still opened up with Vanity Project gloating. Had, you know, a few matches and there was some good action and, you know, there's things going on. But was any of this essential? If you missed this week, are you like completely out the loop now? As the stories really progressed? The answer is no. It was a building episode, wasn't it? And that's okay. We have to remember the purpose of Evolve. The purpose of Evolve is to get talent ready for NXT. That's the whole point. Whether you are from LFG, from WWE ID, from Next in Line, from the PC, or wherever you come in from, this is about getting people ready for NXT primarily, and then trying to make a brand out of that. So I think, you know, we've got to expect these kinds of episodes. I wish they could mix it in with some big story. Like let's do a championship match and do 2 matches underneath where we look at new stars. So we look at someone new. Oh my God, big juicy championship match. Here it was, look at some new people, and then the main event was Cappuccino, which is fine. Didn't really mean anything. Did get good though, where it looked like Cappuccino might get the win, but yeah, it was all right. It was all right. James said, that was me. I said Bailey Humphrey. Well, James, I thought that was an excellent shout. I thought that was a great suggestion. There's some girls that have been getting beaten up for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we still don't know who's responsible. And it feels like it's going to be someone that's going to be brought in. I don't think it was Nikita, because I'm sure there was a girl that got beat up the other week as well. Wasn't it like Kylie Bright that got beat up backstage last week or the week before? So I don't believe that it's like Nikita or anyone. So great way to bring someone in like a Bailey Humphrey. So I thought it was a great shout. Wrestling fan said the Vanity Project is the greatest thing to happen to Evolve. Wrestling Russ, shout out to you, buds. Trini said, don't ever try to sleep when you've got an a-hole for a neighbour. Instead, plan their murder. In your quiet time, you'll find yourself refreshed. I'm not speaking from experience. Bailey's going to team with Kylie in a tag match on house shows. Is she? What, Bailey Humphrey's teaming with Kylie Bright on house shows? Well, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Do you know, it's probably quite good to keep an eye on NXT house shows to see what they've cooking up, because you can always use those house shows to now prep for NXT matches, but also for Evolve matches. If you're going to tape Evolve and you know that you're going to do Bailey and Kylie as a tag team, why not run it on NXT house shows to try it out first? Get their chemistry going. Makes sense, doesn't it? So it's probably good to just keep an eye on some NXT house shows. But I mean, you've got to be a degenerate, and you're like us, to be this far down the caring, even remotely caring about what happens on an NXT house show. I mean, but in all fairness, if you're here right now and you're engaged with Evolve, I'm sorry, but you are quite far down the rabbit hole at this point. You've slipped quite a long way down the rabbit hole. Yeah, there's a lot of people that only watch WWE just so they can yeet. Yeah, that's it. Or say goodbye to John Cena. Not us. We're flipping sat here getting excited about who Bailey Humphrey's teaming with NXT house shows. Oh, God, do we need lives? Do we need a life? I don't know. Have we slipped too far? I just don't know. I just don't know. If in doubt, let's see what William has got to say. William said, my penis gets beat week in, week out. I'm pretty damn sure I know who is responsible. These storylines get dragged out a little bit too far. I don't know how those two things are connected. I don't know how William beating his penis is connected to the storylines being dragged out too far. Trini says, actually, I have a migraine, James, and I've tried sleeping, but the punk beep next door is listening to Celine Dion on effing Max. Guys, the things that are going on in this community is just wild. Someone has beaten William's penis. Trini's trying to sleep and her neighbours are playing Celine Dion. Celine Dion. I'm falling into you. Yeah. It's not the first song everyone thinks of, but it's a banger. She did do more than just My Heart Will Go On, Yeah. She did more than just that one song. Baby, think twice for the sake of our love, for the memory. She's goddamn hero, actually. Brilliant singer. Brilliant singer. Top 100, easy. Maybe top 50. Actually, thinking about it, you should be grateful, because that is a quality artist right there. That is a fantastic singer and a quality artist, yeah? You could have something like flipping the Venga Boys. The Venga bus is coming and everybody's jumping. Da, 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 da. I don't know if you ever had them where you are, but it's like horrible Euro dance, yeah? You don't want that. At least you've got a quality artist there in Celine Dion. Daze, I just wanted my penis mentioned. Oh, got you. Tick. I should have expected that you would side with that. Bad words. Well, I mean, I do have several Celine Dion albums in literally to my disposal. So, I mean, I'm just saying she's a quality artist and I do own some of her work. So, you know, maybe next time think twice before you say anything bad about Celine. Yeah. That's for all you Celine stans out there. And I know that's pretty much all of us. Daze, I hope all your beanies shrink in the dryer. You've actually got me thinking about the last time I washed them now. I don't think I've washed them that recently, you know. So they probably are due a little bit of a wash. So that might happen now. If I actually do wash them, that actually might now happen. So you might have cursed me. And all for what? Just because I love some Celine Dion? Just doesn't seem right, does it? Doesn't seem right. They used the Vengabus song to advertise Six Flags over here a few years ago. Oh, really? Sonny said, Daze, I've been reading The Psychic Witch. It's a metaphysical guide to meditation, magic, and manifestation by Mats Iron. It's pretty informative. You're into those dark arts, aren't you, Sonny? I'm not. I just like listening to Celine. Literally me and Celine. You might have read that, but I've read Celine Dion's autobiography. That's what I've been reading. It's called Trini is the Actual. That's what Celine Dion's autobiography is called. Trini is an ungrateful little... Which I was shocked, actually, that she called it that. But, yeah. My penis shrinks in the water, says William. Oh, really? Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, William. James said, if that was my neighbour, I would scream, your heart won't go on if you don't shut the F up. He would as well. I'd imagine he's shouting it anyway. Any opportunity James can take to swear out loud, he'll take it. Even if your neighbours can't hear him, he'll still give it a damn good go. Yeah, he'll still give it a damn good go. I've just got Venga Boys in my head now. That's awful. That's really awful. AB said, this shiz hurts. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. God, seems like the community's really struggling at the moment. Really struggling. Wrestling Russ, shout out to you, my friends. And not the greatest episodes. No, not the greatest episodes. Until we started talking about Celine. And then off we went. Off we went. I swear to God, I just opened my window and I screamed at her that the English guy that I married to on the internet says your heart won't go on very soon. Hang on, what? Sorry, you got married on the internet to James Chadwick. When did this happen? If I don't show up to the stream on SmackDown, it's because my neighbours had me committed to a madhouse. I'm surprised they've not done it anyway, to be honest. I get the impression that this is just another chapter in a neighbour from hell type scenario, yeah? And I'm not talking about you and them. I'm talking about them having to put up with you. I mean, imagine just wanting to play a little bit of Celine Dion and having your neighbour freak out. I'm just saying you sound like a nightmare. Yeah. Daze, I love you and I wish you all the best. William, I love you and I hope that your penis gets back to its full size very soon. William said, Trini, have you given any thought to maybe that your neighbour is serenading you? They could be confessing their love. This is true, isn't it? This is true. What better way of communicating that than through the power of Celine Dion? AB said the best wrestling with no production meetings or planning. James, shout out to you. Trini, the neighbor from hell, shout out to you. We do need to wrap things up. And that's also going to be my tagline for the Daze condoms that's going to be coming later this year. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate it as always. Big Time said my mom said that she witnessed a seagull swallow a baby rat in my garden whilst it was still alive. Wow. And on that bombshell, on that absolute bombshell of Mother Nature just freaking out, we will leave it there. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always. James can't even say that he loves us without swearing, but we wouldn't expect anything else. And I will see you all again next time. Bye for now.